Good evening, fellow punters. Mickey D back with you here on Friday evening. The clock on the wall says 10 minutes past 7 with a few for tomorrow after a so-so day. Started off with Valshida, disappointing. Looked like to me that he got injured or something during the race. He didn't arch his back at a couple of fences. Disappointing finish to him. And the next one, Gallop to Chasse, ran into a place, fourth. Shake 'em Up Harry was my initial selection yesterday, and I went with the safe play at all, I thought, and I done a reverse forecast with the two of them, but they don't pay first and fourth. But we got our money back in a bit with it, and then we had a great winner in Favori de Civila. I normally don't get too excited. I stay calm enough during races, but I have to say, I was buzzing. I love those long chases, and especially to see such a willing horse and a willing jockey, ably assisted, I must say. It was a brilliant round of jumping. I was buzzing for a couple of hours after it. I had 2 desserts or 3 after the dinner. I was still on cloud 9. But anyway, I'm rattling on. A lot of racing to go through. I'm heading in the morning early. Nobody got back, I don't think, or did they, about tickets for tomorrow. They had a couple get back for Sunday, I'll sort you. And I'll be there around 11 o'clock. The first race at 11:30 tomorrow. I think it's the earliest ever I was at a race meeting. A few newcomers on the bus. Turlock Maloney is only recently on. Mark Weaver, Clive Wakeham, Gavin Lederman, and Deco McPartland landed yesterday. He had a couple of 6-packs under his arm. And Lee Ruston. And there was a fella smooching around the bar last night, and I asked him what his name was, and he says, just call me Smooch. So you're all very welcome, and I hope you enjoyed the trip with us. The first race you can see that I have up there in front of me is the 3:15 at Aintree tomorrow. 2 miles 4. Harbour Lake is a very solid selection, I thought. The last time it ran was in the Greatwood, and hurled that I like to move it, won. As you can see there, he's won 4 out of 6. It was brought down in one of the races for the listed novice hurl. But the last time he was tanking along just behind, I like to move it at the top of the hill. He had enough toe to stay with him, but he has stamina to boot in. And he was about 7th jumping the last, way out the back of the television. You probably wouldn't be able to see him unless you were looking for him. And stayed on. He was well bet, I know, but the extra half mile will suit him tomorrow. Now, there is one in the race that we don't know much about. Well, we do, but we don't know much about how well it's handicapped, is Walking on Air. We know about Langer Dan, all right. But Walking on Air could be anything. It has only ran 3 times. It was pulled up the last time it ran. So my bet in that is I have it backed, Harbour Lake backed at 11-2 each way, and I've done a small each way, or a small reverse forecast with Walking on Air. The reason I do that is in the event that I'm second and the other one wins, that I have the win stake back. It's the way I bet down through the years. On to another each way selection. In the 12:42 at Fairyhouse, there's a horse there, number 4, Dancing on My Own, for Henry de Bromhead. Now, the last time this was seen, it has only jumped a fence 5 times, winning 1. That was in Killarney last year. And it beat Buddy Rich. It was 5-4 favourite. It was rated 140 over hurdles. But the last time it ran over fences, I was impressed by it. It was in that red rum handicap, and it jumped out in front, and it jumped great. And it only got beaten by a good handicapped horse the last day. But it was 15 lengths backed into Shake 'em Up Harry, that won today. Now, if that's fit enough tomorrow, and it should be. I see no reason for it because it's 27,000 for the winner. It is a front runner. There is several yokes there as well that that it's not a gimme by any means. But I thought there's 4 places being paid at 8-1. That was a good each way bet. In the 3, we'll move to we'll go back to Aintree again. Sorry, we have the. Sorry, the 330. There's a couple of small ones here. Revels Hill I thought ran very well the last time. It's your Darling got front run on it, and it closed well. It finished well up the straight, and I thought that had a favourite's chance tomorrow, and to double it with Ahoy Senor. I liked Ahoy Senor tomorrow in Aintree. Is 2 for 2 at the track. That's in the 130, isn't it? Yeah, the Many Clouds. It's 13 to 8. I think that's good enough price. We could double that with the other one that I mentioned. And the Beecher Chase is on tomorrow. 23 declared. That's 3 favourites in the last 10 years. Last year was a 4-1 favourite, and it's returning again as Snow Leopardess. And Black Line was 7-4 favourite in 2017. I picked out an each way horse here that was second by a nose last year, and that's the Dubs will know all about it. Hill 16. It runs. It's consistent, and I always like to see I don't like to see a horse being penalised when it doesn't win. But last year it ran at 136, and it's up now £9 to 145. It had a good run the last day, I thought, in Kelso as well. It jumps the fences. You need someone that'll relish the jumping department, and I hope I'm not putting the mockers on him. But it's a 12 to 1 shot, and they're paying 6 places. There is a few horses there that we've backed before. Cloth Cap and Recite a Prayer, Fantasticus, and Fortescue. But that's the one I chose for that reason. And the Tingle Creek is on tomorrow. That's in Sandown, though, isn't it? It is. We don't know, will Shishkin show up or not, but I was going to take him on anyway with Grenadine. It loves that sort of ground. It's lightning fast jumping, and it's a race to watch maybe rather than anything else, but it won well enough last year. And it's still an 8-year-old only, so that's the crack. 8 minutes waffling on. Fairly, anyone that wants a ticket, I'll be around the entrance around 11 tomorrow, and maybe half 11 on Sunday. I should be back tomorrow evening. I'll probably stay up in the area tonight or tomorrow night. I think I have an angle on a room, and I might bring the laptop with me. I have a couple for Sunday possibly. That's running a big races, so I'll have to give you my spiel on it. So, bash the bookies, over and out.